So you've made it to Colombia and now you're thinking about getting a car. Maybe you have some business you have to take care of, or you just love driving in general. Or maybe you've yet to travel to Colombia and you think you're going to want a car, maybe to have a little bit more freedom of where you go, to make road trips. What is this gonna entail? I'm gonna provide you with some information. I hope it's gonna help you out. If you're interested at all, stay tuned. Now, I was going to start by giving you some ranges of prices for cars, but I thought it's so difficult to narrow down the car make, the car year, the car type, whether SUV or sedan. There's just so many variables that go into this. And I wanted to make this as simple as possible. I didn't want to overwhelm you with information. I kind of want to get it somewhat simplified so that you can understand and follow me. Instead, I'm going to provide you at the end of this video with a list of different sources, being websites that you can go and check these things out, and just supporting websites that you'll need along this process. So stay tuned for that at the end of the video. Okay, so in the car buying process, one of the first decisions you have to make is whether or not you're going to buy used or new. You should definitely buy new here because the price differences aren't very huge, so you're at an advantage to go ahead and buy a new car to ensure that everything's good with the car. You don't have to worry about any pop-ups or any maybe falsified conditions for the car, so just go ahead and buy new. So that's also my recommendation. If you have a choice and you can make that choice to buy new, go ahead and do so. Also, the process is going to be a little different when you get into the registration and paying for taxes and things with buying new and versus used. So let's get into that a little bit. So when you go to register a new car, you're going to go to a new dealership and they're going to basically take care of the whole process for you. You're not going to have to worry about having to do any extra things, having to check the history on the car. It's going to be pretty clean going and the dealership is going to handle all that. Now, if you buy used, it's going to be a little different because one thing that you're going to want to check is the history of the car. There is a website you can check this information. You have to pay a fee, but they'll give you the history, like the mechanical history. They'll also tell you if there's any debts owned on that car. If there are, you will need to pay this off before you can get this car placed in your name. So you definitely want to check that out before you make the purchase. You can either ask the dealership to help you check this, or you can check the website on your own, which I will provide at the end of the video. And if you have this cedula number of the previous owner, you can do this free actually, and you won't have to pay a fee. But without this number, you will need to pay the fee to get that information. Now, getting into registration. So here in Colombia, they have a RUNT system. It's RUNT. This system holds all the information, all the registration for each individual vehicle. So when you purchase, after purchasing the vehicle, you're going to have to get this vehicle registered into the system. If you are doing it new at the dealership, they're going to, take care of this for you. If you are purchasing used, you'll have to go separately to an office to register this vehicle. And the used car dealership should be able to walk you through, point you to exactly where you need to go. You pay it, get your registration number, and then return. The other thing you'll have to take care of in addition to the registration fee is the matrícula. So this is the taxes for the car. So there's a car tax you have to pay for, and depending on which city you live in, there will be a road tax. So for example, in Bogota, there's a road tax and you pay about 1.5 to 3.5% for the value of the vehicle per year. So yeah, you'll just need to look into that, see what you're gonna have to pay, and try to budget from there. You can do all this information and research online to see ahead of time, or just talk to some local dealers in your city. So next, for the insurance. So there is a basic obligatory insurance here. It's called SOAT or SOAT, or however you want to say it, but it is obligatory. Now, outside of this basic insurance that you must get as a requirement, you can also get additional insurance, which is highly recommended actually. And the top two that I've heard of are Sura y Seguro Bolívar. Now, Sura is widely used, and I know for a fact that Seguro Bolivar is a lot cheaper. So it's recommended that you get Seguro Bolivar if you're trying to stay in a certain budget, and it's just as good as insurance as Sura has. The reason that extra insurance is recommended in Colombia is because the basic SOAT insurance only covers the driver and the third-party injuries, so it will not take care of any vehicle repairs. So it's not full insurance. So it's definitely recommended that you get full insurance. Just for a basic idea of what this may look like price-wise, for a used car, it's going to be about $250 US. For a new car, it's going to be about $500 US. So the car buying process really can vary. I've heard anything from a few days up until weeks to get this taken care of. So it really is going to depend on the people in your city, how things work, the culture amongst the car dealers in your area. So equip yourself with some patience, some flexibility, and don't have too many high expectations. But also take the time to do your research on the car if you're going the used route, and check on any fines, because I have heard of a bad situation where someone bought a car used, then it was revealed that there were fines on the car and the car was taken from them even though they'd already paid it in full. So this is something that can happen. As a warning, go ahead and check all that beforehand so you don't have to deal with the headache. So now that I've covered the basics, I wanted to just share like some random extra information about this whole process to maybe give you a little bit more insight. And then of course, I'm providing you with those links, website addresses, get some more info for yourself in this process and help you make a better decision. So here we go. Generally, when buying used in Colombia, the plates are going to stay with the car. So you'll keep the same exact plates, they will not change, and you will just be doing a traspaso, putting the title from the last owner's name into your name, and expect anywhere from hours to days to have this process completed. In some places, it is a big deal if you don't have established credit in Colombia, so you may want to also offer the option to pay in cash. So let them know that you're able to do this, pay in full, pay in cash, whatever other methods that you can try to work with the dealership in order to take care of the situation, because it may or may not happen to you depending on your city and the culture there. Another thing to consider is possibly how long you will be in Colombia. I say this because some brands will sell faster than others, and if you want to buy a car that you know you will be selling in the future, it's perhaps better to look at the cars that are most popular, buy one of those, and know that you will be more likely to sell it quickly in the future if you need to leave. If you're only going to be in Colombia for a short period of time and you're curious about whether it's okay to drive someone else's car, maybe you have a friend here or family here, yeah, you can. You just need to make sure you have your license on you and your passport, and you'll be fine. Maybe people don't want a car here. Traffic can get crazy for many people, but it's understandable if you need to or desire to take trips, go sightseeing, see some other cities, and just have that flexibility. It's totally understandable. Hope that you can find what you're looking for and that the process isn't too bad for you. So thanks for checking this video out, and of course, take care and be blessed.